Morning, y'all. Hi, it's Kate at Kate Rambles On. I'm making my Saturday video. It's about 11:15 in the morning, Central Time, U.S. So it's a little later than I normally do, but I had things to do. So you know it's me. Hi. Oh. Hi. I can grip better with my right hand, believe it or not. So anyway, we're going to go out and take a quick look at the garden. I'm just going to ramble on a little bit about what's going on here, which is not much because all the storms that have been coming through the Midwest, the upper plains, the South, nothing in Oklahoma. It's like, oh, wait, we're going to skip you guys this time. No. The thunderstorms where you need some rain. But no, they're going to wait till tornado time, I guess. It's always tornado time. What am I rambling about? So anyway, we're looking at my little kitchen, my little wee kitchen in my camper. Especially if you're new, Kate Rambles On. It used to be Kate's Garden Chicken and Cat Rambles, but I had to rehome my chickens and leave some cats, and I've had some pass away. And I've still got my gardens, little bitty ones, but life started over and here I am. So most of you know the story, blah, blah, blah. So I made a quiche. I ordered it. Yeah, I ordered it. They're really good quiche. I got it from Amazon, but yeah, I could make a quiche because I just heated that. But yeah, I just haven't been buying a lot of eggs, and yeah, it was just cheaper and easier. So anyway, I bought a quiche, broccoli, cheddar, whatever. Cucumbers from my garden. This is the pickling bush. When I was looking at slicing plants when I bought a plant, because I planted, most of the others are growing from seed, but I bought a plant, but either it was mislabeled, but I think what I was doing was I was looking at the slicing one that I wanted, and when I reached out to grab it, I grabbed a pickling cucumber beside it. So I don't let it, oh ouch, that's hot, dumbass. Anyway, I don't let them I get it much bigger than my hand. I have a small hand, but I like them this way. They're sweet. This is just boiled new potatoes. Because I like to snack on them. I like to refrigerate them, and then, if I just feel like noshing on something, and I don't know if I went sweet or I don't know if I went sugar, I just grab a potato. Or if I feel a little hunger pang, I just grab a boiled potato. I just like them plain, but salt and pepper them, I'm good to go. So, not real little clippings from my garden. Some chicken thighs thawing. I'll do something with them tonight or tomorrow, but yeah, the place is kind of a mess, but we'll zip through. That needs to go out the car. I'll take it when we go outside. I need to eat some more bananas. They're still good. I think the AC vent hitting them is darkened, but anyway. So yeah, I'm still going to have to store my thick mattress if I can't get it angled, because it's a twin and this is queen space. It's a Murphy bed. So if I can angle it, because I transported that mattress to the back seat of my Elantra GT. Okay, so it can fold in half. You can tri-fold it. It's pretty good. It's pretty 10 inches. But I think if I torque it at an angle, kind of like you're making a triangle with it or whatever, I can get it to stay up there. But it's a lot heavier than a mattress that would normally come with this. But this is pretty darn heavy itself. So I might want to reinforce, put an extra lock, or I could even get a pole and paint it that I can put between there like a brace if I think I needed it. But I might try that instead of spending money on a storage unit that for just a mattress. And I'll get a little other crap, but my hornet's nest, my real hornet's nest, I think I'm going to bring it in and hang it here as decoration. But anyway, alright, I'm squirreling, off rambling about other crap. So anyway, fold up my Murphy bed, which has a love seat, but I'm going to have to buy a recliner made for small spaces for once I get in the door, for me to be able to have a place to sit and sleep once I get back from the rehab facility. Yes, Kate's going to have to go to rehab. We're just 2 weeks after knee surgery because I don't have anyone to help me. I'll be in a straight leg brace absolutely no weight bearing, and I won't be able to get in my home or get into my bathroom or anything like that. So we're going to look at the garden in a minute. That was wet. I'm letting it dry out. I don't like trash sitting outside. It looks crappy, and I also don't want to entice any critters. Usually my trash isn't stinky, but I usually bring it out. Windows are open, and then I'll just, typically I'll do it, and drop it off in the morning when I go to work if I put it out overnight. But typically I'll just, in a few minutes, I'll just drive up the drive. And if I took my brace off. I don't know if you saw that, but it's a big metal. It looks like, some bad football injury brace, but it's an offloading brace that I have to tighten up with a little key, and it pushes my kneecap sideways. So the pressure from this side makes this side open up. That's where the meniscus was torn from the root. But anyway, look at this lovely little view. It's not as great as it will be in another month or two. Last year's pictures of me coming out and this beautiful wildflower garden was about June and July. So it didn't get started till like March. This one, different seeds. A lot of this is native stuff. A lot of that has already bloomed and I pulled it out. The sunflowers, as I said before, are courtesy of the birds, which is courtesy of me always feeding them. My succulents, some aloe my sister potted for me, and some jade, and we've had that weird cold snap. A really cold snap after they came outside, and they've been then I've had to take them back in, then I've had to bring them back outside, then I've had to stash them back here out of the rain. So they've kind of had an up and down as spring and early summer for little succulents. But that's portulaca, purslane, P-U-R-S-L-A-N-E, love it. More portulaca and dianthus. But anyway, guess what? Great news. Look, it's closed. If you've seen the other videos, then you know that one day I came home, it was really windy, and I went in the camper to pee, and before I could get out and pull my awning in, I heard this pop, and it torqued and bent the bar that goes out like that. And even under insurance, it would they weren't doing me any good because they're deductible. So a neighbor's nephew said, this really nice Mexican guy, he said he would straighten it for $20. So he beat it out and straightened it, and then he's got it back up just temporarily. I had to go today and get some bolts and some locking washers and to replace the ones that popped off. Inside there you can't see, well, you can see this one. See that? That's what it's supposed to look like. It's gone. And then up top, way up right there, is where it really snapped and torqued it. So he beat it straight, and we've got it closed now, which is great. And he's going to come back this afternoon and finish it. And I'm going to toss him a few more bucks because, the agreement was he would straighten it for me for $20. That's a great deal. And, he's worked on it last night for about a half hour, 45 minutes. And then he's going to come back today to finish it. So I appreciate that. Especially when you're, when you're a single woman. And there's just things that I can't do. That I understand the mechanics of how it works. But I don't know, when it comes to that kind of critical thinking, if I had to and I was like out in the boonies and there was nobody around, I would figure it out. I'm a pretty smart cookie, but to me it's like that's dude stuff. That's what you get. That's what men are for. Men are for doing the guy stuff. I don't care if people are gonna, but women can do anything men can do. It's not always. I'm sorry, but my strength and my capacity for holding weight and gripping is not equal to a man's. I'm not built the same way. My musculature, my bone structure, by design, I'm not equal to a man when it comes to doing that stuff. So you know what? The hard stuff, let him do it. Show me your muscles, dude. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, this is why it's called Kate Rambles On, because I just ramble on about nonsense shit from point to point. I do have ADD, not the HD. I'm not at all hyper, but I'm 57 years old. I don't do medication like that. I don't need it. But it does make me squirrel often. And that's not because I've seen a squirrel. If you don't understand, it's kind of like a content term, ADHD, ADD terms, like when you're talking about something and all of a sudden something gets your attention, like a squirrel. You know how they're sitting there eating, all of a sudden their head turns, and then they're off on another planet. Or like in the road. Oh, wait, what am I doing? No. So anyway, but that's what calls Kate Rambles On. And I live a pretty solitary existence. I don't have a spouse or a partner or anything like that. And I'm happy about that. I love, for the first time in my life, just taking care of me. I recently lost my kitty of 17 years. Exactly almost 10 days from a year from losing her brother. So anyway, so it's been a rough 2025, but, you know, things are getting better. I'm making decent money. I mean, it could always be better, but, you know, money-wise, but this is kind of par for the course. When you start over after retirement and doing something I love, that doesn't require me to have to pull out the big brain stuff all the time. Less stress, whatever. So anyway, here's a bird feeding station. We got a mix here, black oil sunflower seeds, and then a shellless mix. It's called a no mess mix. That's where the squirrels eat. There's a rock there to keep the crows and the squirrels from flipping the bowl over. Hummingbird, woodpecker, and then over here we have hummingbird and more black oil sunflower seeds and a mix. A beautiful cardinal. He's like, I was watching to see what you were doing. It's a young male. And he's just singing his little heart out. And the more berries and things he gets that are red, that have the, oh, it's a C word for red, the redder he'll get. Did you know that? Cardinals are, they get their redness from what they eat. Anyway, I digress again. So, squirrel proof. Pretty much. They can't really get in it. This one, they've been figuring out how to rob, and they broke a spring. So, to keep it open, I have to hook it with this little mini, whatever. I just totally, like, brain parted it. Anyway, tie thingy with the hooks on the end. I don't know why I'm a bungee. There you go. See? Anyway, to keep it open for the birds. So I have to watch it every now and then. The squirrels want to come get in it. So I make it continue put some more of the no mess stuff that's not really their jam. I have a female that I think her babies are grown now, but a female squirrel I tolerated to eat at the feeders because you could tell when you saw her belly and her nipples that she was nursing. So, but the boys I kind of chase away. But a couple of them will let me get, you know, I'm about to touch the feeder. They will let me get that close to them before they run off. And they'll just sit and look at me. If I don't reach for them, they just sit there. So they're pretty used to me. I think they've adopted my yard as their feeding station. This is to entice them away from the feeders and for any ground birds that, you know, are too big for the feeders or don't want the competition of the feeders. So look at all the sunflowers popping up. Once again, I'm letting these, it's a type of briar, common in Oklahoma. It chokes out everything, but the goats love to eat it. So you can tell they've kind of eaten all theirs down. So once this gets bigger, I'll push it over and let them nibble on it. But more sunflowers over there. And this is the volunteer. The first time I took a picture of it when it was baby leaves, the app said it was butternut squash. Then one time it said it was cucumber, whatever, but it's not. And then from here on out, it's just been saying summer squash. So I have a feeling because squash are so similar, the app isn't differentiating. So it's biting out more like the pumpkin family than a squash plant. So I have a feeling it's going to be butternut squash. Hope so. I love butternut squash. I threw my ornamental decorative pumpkins. I mean, they weren't out here. I threw them out here so critters could eat them and they could just go to, back to the earth. And they were like, hey, we're coming back. But all the sunflowers are from the birds. There's a tomato plant right here. I showed that the last video growing up in there. So some of this is repeat for y'all. and, you know, you can just, you know, be flipping through your phone and whatever. But just watch the channel. Give me a like or a thumbs up. I always answer comments because I don't get that many. So, you know, if I get a comment, I usually answer, or I'll give you a heart or a thumbs up or like. I can't remember what you get. Anyway, so zinnia. This is more 4 o'clocks. So far, only the fuchsia 4 o'clocks have bloomed. The neighbor who I gave some seed to last year, his fuchsia are about, his fuchsia 4 o'clocks are coming up, and that's what his seed turned out to be too. Here's some more over here, and they're closed up because, like their name says, 4 o'clocks. They don't, not till after 4 o'clock, typically, do they open because they're an evening plant. But anyway, so there's a lot growing in different stages here. Now, all this new little stuff down here is more zinnia. And there's also a pollinator wildflower blend scattered in places also. Also around the rose bush. My brother gave me, I don't know if the rose bush is going to make it, but the stuff growing up around it seems happy. Oh, not quite dry. Got a dead fly in it. Maybe he's not quite dead, but who knows. So, this is a wildflower blend going up around this rose bush. This is alyssum, who is struggling because that's Oklahoma red clay. I just had some extra red clay from a hole I dug, and I just put the seed in there. I didn't even think the seed would bloom. It was so old, but anyway. So, the green stalk has zinnia, marigolds, more wildflower mix down there. Million bells, volunteer sunflowers again, basil, thyme, more zinnia. I like to kind of mix everything. This year, I didn't want just a typical overflowing, all petunia, all one thing, all just herb. This is some flower. I don't remember what it is, but it's coming up. I'll have to take a picture. I had some packets, and then I put them in there, and I threw the packet away. Well, I put the packet in my back pocket, the empty thing, so I could put it somewhere, write down what was in there, and I washed it. So, yeah. So here is, oh, little head broke off. So this is the hibiscus. It put on a good show last week, but I didn't happen to film it. But it's going to put on another show in a week, probably, or so. The squash isn't doing well, which I'm disappointed because I ordered those seeds, but it does have a bloom, so maybe. And this is supposed to be a zucchini. My bell pepper is getting really big. She's not quite turned red yet. Finally, the orange one's got little baby peppers starting there. So, blooms on the mammoth jalapeno, blooms on the jalapenos, which are really good. There's no heat whatsoever, but they're tasty. And tomatoes. I picked the ones that I had. Like the kind of first flush, I guess I want to call it, but I don't see it. I get all blooms, but I don't see any more little babies yet. But you know, they kind of spring up on you. One day you see nothing, and and the next thing you know, you see a pea or something like that one, right? Let's see, right there, right there. That's a marble size, small marble. So, though this plant tends to have a curlier leaf, it's got plenty of moisture, and it's going to get fed tonight, or yeah, probably tonight. I'll let it feed overnight before it gets hot tomorrow. When I water tonight, since we're not getting any rain, I keep double checking cucumbers because they're a little sneaky, and I don't want it to forget one and it get too big and get to a point I don't want to eat it. Green beans are struggled. Yeah, they were a prepper bean I had. Yeah, not doing well. Anyway, radishes have done okay. They've done well. I didn't thin them like I should, so they're kind of skinny radishes, but I'm just giving them to the critters or the neighbors. I don't eat radishes. So, because it's so hot, the AC, courtesy of the AC, everything gets getting a little drinky poo. So yeah, this is about it. Kate, with her brace on, I had the neighbor come and spot me because I ordered a collapsible extension ladder thing. This one's always dripped well, but I was starting to get some runoff down the side. That's dirty from where I cleaned it out. So I went up there and cleaned it out, and then with the hose blew it all out. There's been a stray kitty coming around, and I've had leftover food. So being hot and this time of year, I made sure that there's at least cool water and feed under there. You know, I am with critters. But I was getting this pouring down from this little spot. You can see it looks a little fatter than the rest of the trim. Kind of spread out right there. And it was just running down my window and then seeping in the windows. So this has started dripping again better. And this kind of helps, I think, direct it. But because I was getting a lot of debris catching there, and as the debris was catching on the little bit of the awning was stuck out, it was piling up and causing the water not to have a place to flow. That corner's never really dripped much, but this one used to last summer. And this is for the little mimosa tree. When they do move me, I hope I can get him to not knock down a mimosa tree. I always want a mimosa tree. It's growing out of the gravel. When he clears this out, he'll probably tear it up. There's mimosa everywhere, but who knows? I like it. It's cute. It makes those little fluffy pink blooms, and they smell nice. But so now we're back to the front. So Morning Glory is climbing up in the tree. I was hoping that it would go this way, but you know, I should have gotten up there and forced it. But anyway, we'll see. I don't know if it'll go much higher, but hopefully it'll put off some pretty blooms here in the next month or two. They're going to be a beautiful sky blue with white cinders, I think. Anyway, I moved the, now I've lost my name, whatever. Europeans call it sage, we call it salvia. Okay, that's how I sometimes draw a blank. But I moved the salvia over here because it just didn't seem to be doing well in the pot. It's hanging in there. I don't know if it got too cold, too wet. I don't know. Or it could have not been healthy anyway. But it's there. If it dies out, it may still come back from the root next year. We'll see. And Indian blanket. Cornflower. Indian blanket. With a Cosmo. And more Cosmos. African marigold. These are the ones last year that got like 4 to 5 feet tall. There's a couple in there. They were chest high. I'm 5'7", and they were, you know, up to my neck last year. So yeah, so I've got the zinnia planted in stages, and if I see a spot that I don't think spilling out, there's anything in it, I'll find something that is a pollinator lover, or that the pollinators love, you know, mutual love. So anyway, but yeah, that's where we're at, and that was just weird. I don't know if you even saw me, but I won't know until the video is posted, because if you know me, I don't edit. I don't like editing. I don't enjoy it. I hate having to do it. So I just film and post. So yeah, you get it raw. You get reality. The reality that Kate is not a great content creator. And the bird just bitched at me and told me to go in. I want to eat. So anyway, I am going to go in and have a piece of quiche and cool off, watch some videos, and hopefully it'll cool down a bit, and I'll be back out this evening enjoying my garden. But yeah, I'm so happy that this guy's going to fix my awning, because if I'm laid up for 3 months and I can't leave and go to work, and you know, it's not like I can go run around and do stuff, or even want to do stuff. I know I'm going to go stir crazy. I'm going to need to get out. And I'm so used to working 5 days a week that it feels weird when I do have days off. Yeah, whatever. So anyway, yeah, the birds keep wanting to poop on there, so I have to keep cleaning it. I'm eventually going to have to take it off, but I have to pull all the stuffing out if I take the cover off. And it's just not worth it. I think I'll keep spot cleaning it with some Clorox cleanup. I'll get another coat, a good coating of some Scotch Guard on it, And if I have to, I can always throw beach blankets or sheets over it. Yeah, in the summer. But anyway, yeah. So I'm going to hang those over on my tree, but later when it cools off, because right now that tree by my front is in full sun. And I'm going to have some lunch and say goodbye to y'all folks. But yeah, not much going on around here. Been patriotic in 250 years. Semi-quincentennial. Yeah, I didn't really ever think of that as a word or ever use it until now. But so yeah, you guys take care. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you have a great Saturday. And once my awning's fixed and it's back out, I'll make a little wee video short about my pleasure of that. But yeah, I want to have my surgery in August, so that August, September, and into October when it's so hot, I will be. We've got a ruby-throated hummingbird over here. You can kind of see him fluttering. Oh, he took off. He was like, of course they want to get on the other side, the opposite side. But anyway, yeah, so that I'm at least the hottest part of the summer, I'm not having to go to work and sweat my butt off every day. Gosh, I hope I don't gain weight. I'll have to be very cautious about boredom eating. But I wanted to have my awning out so that, you know, I could actually come out and not cook. I might have a great tan, but, you know, I'm going to have to want to get out. And sitting in my garden, and the butterflies are starting to really show up. So it'll be a butterfly, hummingbird, crazy late summer, early fall garden with Kate disabled and watching it. And I'll bring you guys along probably more often. And yeah, let me know. And if anybody's interested in me doing another live, I did the one from the pool. That was my first one, and probably more interested to do them when I'm laid up and I can't move. I'll dig out my tripod and I'll do it right. I'll do it right, alright? So anyway, guys, I'm going to let you go now. Stop rambling. Love you, bye. Like, subscribe, and just join me for this cathartic adventure. Bye.